I want to know what to do if your spiritual awakening and coming into your own power and authentic self forces you to make changes in your life that friends and family don't approve of. What if these decisions hurt them or create unrest in them and they question you? All right, so this is a really common question that I get, and I want to talk about a couple of important things. First, the aspect of others questioning you, whether they're family, whether they're friends, whether they're strangers, others questioning you. This fear of other people questioning us or needing their approval, it really diminishes significantly as you're going through a spiritual awakening. It diminishes to a point where it doesn't even matter. And I know that at this point, maybe it doesn't feel like that because maybe you're feeling that the approval of your family and friends is really important to you. But trust me, there comes a point with your spiritual development, there comes a point where you're so much in your power that the approval of others isn't necessary anymore, even if those others are close family or friends. Okay, so that's one aspect of the question that I want to get out of the way. It's that the more you come into your power, the more you evolve in your spiritual path, the approval of the world around you is no longer necessary. And so that means that you walk with more confidence and you're not constantly worried about making changes. You're not even worried about how other people will react to those changes, because the deeper you go in your spiritual path, the more you learn how to follow your soul and your heart. And you know that your soul will always take you in the right direction of your own soul path, so you don't have to worry about how other people are going to react or not. All right, so that's one aspect of the question. The worry and the fear is going to diminish the more you continue and the more you continue to develop your power. That's one aspect. The other aspect of the question that's also super important is the idea that when I make changes that are in alignment with my soul, that I feel so deeply in my being, that I know is aligned with my highest good, that will also be the highest good of all involved with me. Let me repeat that again, because sometimes people don't think that this is true. So let me repeat that again. When I make changes that are in my highest, purest soul truth, then that will also be in the highest good for all involved with me. And the reason that this is true is because when I make changes that are aligned with my soul, the more aligned with my soul I am, the more of my soul essence comes through to me. And the best that you can give anyone, the best that you can give this world, your friends, your family, the whole planet, the best that you can give the people around you is your full soul presence. And so the more you're aligned with your soul, the more you can give to the people that are connected to you. And so this sometimes is really hard. And I'll give you an example of how this plays out in everyday life, because I get this question a lot. So it's the scenario of someone being with a partner, and then that person has a spiritual awakening and the partner doesn't. And so that person starts going through a lot of evolution, a lot of awakening, and the partner stays the same. And it comes to a point where the person says to me, I no longer resonate with my partner. I don't want to be with them anymore, but we have children together. And so I'm going to stay with that person because of the children, because of my children, I'm going to stay with that person. And this person doesn't realize that if their soul calling is saying that they no longer resonate with that partner, that if the soul calling is saying I need to dissolve this relationship because I've outgrown it, that decision, that soul decision, is also in the highest good of the children. You see, they think that staying with a partner that they no longer resonate is really what's in the highest good for the children, but it never is, because if you have to lie to yourself, if you have to repress things, if you have to shut things down, if you have to become inauthentic in order to stay with a partner, then that inauthenticity is going to be mirrored to your children. You see? And so this is just an example. I get this question a lot, and I get this scenario a lot. So I wanted to share a practical example of what that looks like. But the bottom line here is that if you are walking in your soul path, and if you feel a strong soul heart calling telling you to walk in a certain direction, know that that will be in your highest good, but also in the highest good of those involved, even if they don't know it, even if they don't know it on a conscious level. So a lot of times when people are awakening, their family and their friends start to protest, and they say, I don't know you anymore. You're becoming someone totally different. And they'll criticize you a lot. And the reason they're criticizing you a lot is because they're feeling uncomfortable with the fact that you're changing, but they're not. And so they're expressing that discomfort towards judgment towards you, you see. But if you don't take that personally, and if you recognize that you just keep remembering that as long as I follow my soul path and as long as I continue my soul evolution, that will positively benefit all of the people around me, even if they don't consciously know it. That's something that's really important to always keep in mind. Okay, so I hope I answered this question. It's not easy to be in this position. I realize it, and it takes a little bit of work to get into a place of power where you are just unstoppable no matter what anyone says, including the people that are closest to you. It takes a little bit of work, but you'll get there. You'll get there for sure. Hope this helps.